Today I love to talk about TopSport for the soul, TopSport for your heart. I firmly believe that the twin soul journey can be very intensive and that you need to see yourself as a TopSporter because it's not a regular journey. The twin soul journey is different and not everyone is experiencing this. But I want you to know that you can do it. So let's do it, right? I'll give you 3 tips today, 3 champion tips. I am very inspired by some famous top football coaches. They're from the Netherlands, maybe you know them. Louis van Gaal and of course Johan Cruyff. I think they're so charismatic and so honest and vulnerable. I think I share my vulnerability in all my videos and especially in our courses. I even recorded a webinar with my very own Divine Maculine because he was now ready to share his knowledge, and if you're interested, I'll put the link below. The other day I was talking to one of our students, we had an emergency call, and she wanted to quit the journey. But she was in a pre-union phase. She was getting into union and she did everything right and they were so close and they were going to spend the weekend together on a special trip. But she was triggered. And she had an infection and she didn't feel well and she wanted to quit the journey and she wanted to cancel the weekend. And that's when she called me. Well, we had a talk and we did some healing. I think it was only 20 minutes. And her complaints, her ailments completely vanished. Her triggers were healed. And they went on this wonderful weekend trip. And that was the first of many trips. They rekindled and they are together. And I'm so happy for them. So that can happen to you too. Now I want to share my 3 best tips for today. My champion tips, right? You're the champion. You can be the champion. You can win the game. In fact, it's just a game. The game of the illusional 3D. You know, you want to react to the 3D, right? Because maybe you're blocked or maybe you're ignored. My twin flame ignored me many times. And he also explains in the webinar why he ignored me and what he was feeling while ignoring me. But the first tip is get a good coach. This was a tip of my own Divine Masculine when we were not in union yet. He said, get a good coach and read everything about the twin flame journey. I couldn't find a good coach, so I missed a coach myself. And that's why I'm here for you now. I missed the right knowledge. I could find knowledge about the signs and about the signs of twin flames or false twin flames. And it got me very confused and it delayed my union. And I want to speed up your union. So the first one is get a good coach. Like every top sporter, they know that they need guidance. And top sporters, they don't go to all the parties. They don't drink alcohol a lot, I guess. And they do everything to win the game. So if you see yourself as a top sporter, then you can do the things they do, but then adapt their success. So you can meditate, you can go out into nature, you can have a mental diet, you can do many things. And I talk about this in our new module, Vitality. I will make an ebook about all the Reiki signs. So everything you need to have as a top sporter, right? And I will also put that link below about our Vitality module. The second one, enjoy the journey. If you're not able to enjoy the twin soul journey, then it's such a hard journey. You're constantly in the dark night of the soul. You can be stressed and you can create separation by not enjoying the journey. And your Divine Masculine will also not enjoy. And when they're not healthy as well, they will not have the courage to reunite. So enjoy the journey. It's just like a pregnancy. For instance, you're 4 months pregnant and then you want the baby out because you're not enjoying. No, you wouldn't do that. You would enjoy it that you were pregnant and you would make a beautiful room for the baby. You'll have a baby shower. You know, you will do all those nice things and you will be proud, like, oh, it's so wonderful, you know. I thought it was wonderful to be pregnant. I love that more than when the baby got out and was crying all the time. So pre-union is beautiful. So enjoy your pre-union phase. If you're not able to enjoy the pre-union phase, I guarantee that you will not unite with your twin soul. It's my guarantee. But if you can, enjoy the journey. If you have a good coach, if you read everything, then you will unite. And that's where I go to my third tip. Focus on long-term goals. If you are a top sporter, you focus on the long-term goals, like winning that Champion League. So living in the end result, focusing on what you really want for the long term. So don't focus on getting unblocked or getting a message or having a trip together. Focus on marriage or living together if that's your desire. So what's your desire in 3 to 5 years with your twin soul? Focus on that and just pretend if you already experienced this. And I talk about this in all my courses, how to do this, how to ignore the 3D and how to stay true to yourself. And I help many people to stay true to themselves. Yesterday, I spoke to a woman and she has her own twin soul and she said, I quit the journey. I don't do it anymore. He can't commit. So we will never be together. And the people around her also confirmed it, like he can't commit, you know, he doesn't show any commitment. I remember that one of my best friends, and she will be a witness for my marriage, but she also said, well, he will never commit. And she was in the team that really wanted to support me because she loved me. But in fact, that's not real support. You need people that understand the journey, right? So it's really kind of people. They say, well, you deserve better. You should move on. There's so many other persons who could be your partner, right? There's so many people on earth. But that's not really helping. So besides your friends and family that mean well, you really need a good coach. That's what I believe. And I make it very affordable because I recorded many webinars where I explain everything. So because if you want to talk to me 1 hour, it's much more expensive than that you follow the course, and I will tell you exactly the same as in my one-on-one sessions. So my courses are a very cheap way of having your own TopSport coach, and especially if you combine the courses with my Twin Soul app, where you can chat with me on a daily basis and you can chat with my assistant, who also is starting to give email coaching. So you can also share your personal stories in depth with her. And if you really want to work with me, I also have some possibilities. Not lots of possibilities, but there are some possibilities, and I work with wonderful people. At the moment, I'm so happy that I can be their top coach. I can be their Louis van Gaal. I can be their Johan Cruyff. So I'm their Lorraine. And I'm so happy that I can do that for others. So establish your long-term goals and you will have commitment. So let's wrap it up. Get a good coach, number 1. Enjoy the journey, number 2. And establish long-term goals, number 3. That's it for today. Let me know if you have other tips for being a top sporter on the Twin Soul journey. And remember, you can do it. If you couldn't handle it, you wouldn't be on the Twin Soul journey. You can do it, so let's do it. Ciao.